Okay, so first off, hi everybody. My name is Katy. I work with Sarah on Stigma Fighters. And I have bipolar type 2. When I was first diagnosed, I was told it was bipolar type 2, and I was like, no. That's crazy. It's just depression. So for a couple years, that's how it was treated. And it seemed to be managing all right. But back in October, about 4 months ago, I started experiencing some of the hypomania, the highs of bipolar type 2. So I went back to my doctor and I was like, all right, something's not right. And she's like, what's going on? So I told her and she was like, oh, that's the hypomania of bipolar 2. I was like, okay, cool. Well, what are we going to do about this? So she switched my medication and now I seem to be doing okay. My only problem is side effects. I hate them. I hate them with a passion. They are evil. When she put me on Lamictal, I wound up with some pretty bad chest pain and took myself to the ER for it. It was not fun at all. But I got off of that after about, I think, a week, and then started taking Abilify instead. And I seem to be doing okay with Abilify, except for the fact that right now I am pretending like I am not absurdly tired, because that's what it does to me. It makes me really, really, really tired. Another thing is, it's supposed to, one of the side effects is like this massively increased appetite and all this weight gain, and I'm just like, I'm not hungry all the time. And I've lost like 4 pounds. Not even trying to. Not sure what that's about. But that's what it is. So with the Abilify, I seem to be doing a whole lot better. But only time will tell whether or not I will stay on the Abilify or end up having to change. So, there's one other aspect of my story that I want to talk about. So, here we go. Okay, so that other portion of my story that I want to talk about is my adoption. I'm really hesitant a lot of times to bring it up because of the judgment that I face when people are like, oh my god, why did you do that? Da 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 da. And I'm just like, you know what? That's not how it's going to be here. Because Stigma Fighters is this amazing online community that is really, really supportive and really welcoming and everything. So that will be what we're discussing here. So my daughter was born in July of 2014. I hadn't really told anybody I was pregnant. I didn't really show. So if I wore a really big baggy hoodie and didn't know. But when she was born, I had her for all of 2 days in the hospital. She never came home with me. The only time I saw her was there at the hospital. When we left the hospital, 2 days after she was born, she went with this interim family through the adoption agency until she was 10 days old, at which point my right to say, no, I've changed my mind, I want to keep her, was up, and I met her adoptive parents at the agency so that they could take her home. I had never met them before. I had no idea what I was walking into, but they were the absolute sweetest couple that I had ever met. Okay, first off, let me back up and tell you how I decided on them. I was given a whole bunch of these profiles to look at online, and then if I wanted more information, I could supposed to take my meds. I'll do that when I finish this video. I promise you guys. Because I know how important they are. I just want to keep talking. All these family profiles to look at online, and if I wanted more information, I could ask for the full profile. So I got the full profiles on like 6 or 7 families, and I looked at this couple first. And I looked at it and I was like, I don't know what it is, but I'm done. This is my daughter's family. And then I was like, oh, but I really should be good and look at the rest of them. So I did, and I was like, no, none of the others compare. So that was her family. And I knew within 4 hours of telling the woman from the adoption agency that they were my first choice, 4 hours, and I knew that they were her parents. Like, it was official. I was so excited. So back to, she's now 10 days old, and we're at the adoption agency for them to take her home. They showed up like an hour before the interim family brought her, and we talked, we introduced ourselves, they showed us pictures of the nursery, they gave us a couple gifts. This is actually one of them. This is what they gave me. It's a necklace, it's 2 hearts, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little pearl right there. I just kind of moved it. And her name is on the back. And they also gave me one other thing. They gave me this. It's from a company called Willow Tree. It's supposed to be an angel, like, showing love and like praying and everything. It's called Healing Grace, and they just thought that would be a nice thing for me to have. And they gave her biological father dog tags with her name on them as well. So, I don't know. It's just, it was hard for me to go through the adoption process, but I also knew that it was what was best for everybody. Myself and her biological father, we were not ready to raise a child. We couldn't give her the life that we felt she deserved were we to keep her. But we knew that she would be better off, and we all would. And we were giving somebody what they wanted. So that was really, really exciting for us. But one thing that we all have to remember with stigma fighters is there's no reason to keep ourselves silent. Whether we think we're going to get judged or anything. There is no reason to keep ourselves silent, which is why I finally opened up here about that adoption. If there are any questions, you can look at any of my other pieces that have been posted on stigmafighters.com. They will be in the description box below. And I will also have the Stigma Fighters post about the adoption that I just spoke about in the description box below as well. So there will be that for you to read as well. Anyway, I love you guys, and we will hopefully see more of me online here as time goes on. Okay? Bye!